Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 126 of the ATL Falcons UK podcast. 2 wins on the bounce. The boys are a little bit back together tonight. We're in the absence of Cal. It's been scattered for a while now since I went on holiday. But we're here. We're going to give you the lowdown of what we thought against the Cardinals, Pitt's contract issues, what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins, NFL playoffs, and all of the rest. So, hiya, boys. How are you doing?
Oh, good. I don't know how comfortable I am that you made it sound like because you went on holiday, that's when all the issues started happening.
No. You actually, do you know what, boys? 2 of the shows whilst you were away are the 2nd and 3rd highest watch this season. So, if anything, I could be the issue. So maybe I have to jump off from now on.
You 100% are, but it's okay because we like to keep it around. Welcome back, Danny. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, mate. Glad to be here. How are we feeling about the Falcons then? 2 wins on the bounce, obviously out of the playoffs, but decent game.
Go on, Liam. I'll let you go first.
We got a result against a team that most people get a result against. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a result against near enough. Which they're not actually that bad of a team, the Cardinals, but they can't get over the line and they can't really execute wins. So it was one of them where I did expect us to win. It was a decent performance in most areas, really. Everyone was pretty solid where they needed to be, and we got over the line, really. It's just one of them where it's a bit of it was too late, obviously, for anything playoff wise, and does it sort of go against us with the coaching? Essentially keeps people in a job where maybe they don't deserve to be in a job. So
Mark did make that point.
Wins, really. They're always bittersweet. Every win we get is like, ugh. Helps. Obviously, normally we'd be tanking for like a pick, but we're tanking for a coach change. But
it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Yeah. I'm never pro tanking, but I kind of semi-agreed with Mark's principle the other day. He also said he doesn't want us to lose, but there is the benefits of a loss in a really messed up way, especially in the absence of a pick. Any change of thoughts, Mark?
No, there is no change of thoughts. I think we have to be realistic about the team that we were playing, right? And I might be in a bit of a minority, but I think losing Kyler Murray is a huge detriment to this team. I think this team could have a better record with Kyler Murray in it. Interestingly enough, what teams have the 3-7 Cardinals beaten? They beat the Saints. They beat the Panthers.
Nice.
Topical. And they beat the Cowboys. So this is a team that can turn it on, and I think that they were fairly competent against us. I think it would have been a bit more of an interesting game if their kicker would have had working eyeballs.
He saved us, didn't he?
But at the same time, had that kicker made those 5 points, those 6 points, we still would have won. So it would have been a 1-point game against a pretty poor team, but it still would have been a win. So I think that kind of repeatedly changed the momentum for them. And I think we have to be realistic about what this was for us, and I haven't changed my opinion. I hope that a win against a Jacoby Brissett led 3-12. Sorry, not 3-9, 3-12 Cardinals team would not be enough to really kind of boost the XP, if you will, for all the gamers out there, of what this coaching staff is able to do. However, I can't turn on a Sunday and want us to lose. I just can't do it.
No.
And it was, again, on both sides of the ball, there were some great performances. There was some not so great performances. I will admit, but there was still some stuff there that goes, this team is not a write-off, and we've still got how many games to go? 2 games to go.
Two. We've got the Rams and the Saints.
So we've still got 2 games to go, and I mean, does us getting to 8 and 9 again? Does us getting to 8 and 9 really change that? No, because I think the Rams probably demolish us.
I agree.
Saints, well, yeah, it's up for conversation, but does it really save Raheem after this season? Standing up there. It's all right. We're not going to need to pick because we're not going to be picking that high anyway, so it's fine. No, it doesn't change my opinion, boys. I think we're still very much in the same spot. We've beaten a team led by a average QB2, who are 3-12. Come on, let's be realistic. This is stat padding.
It is stat padding, but it would be awfully funny if we finished second in the division above the Buccaneers, which is still very, very possible at this point. That would.
Sherman.
Would make.
Keep flirting with me. Come on.
I know.
I want to hear some more.
Just think about it, mate. So they've got the Panthers left to play anyway. Already been beaten by them once. So call that evens. Goes down to the last game, assuming we beat the Saints. We beat I don't know how we're going to do it, but if you beat the playoff Rams, then you're 8 and 9, and they're not. And that would be mental, considering we got knocked out of playoff contention before them.
my only challenge to that would be Todd Bowles is probably going to get fired this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't get me wrong, you take your wins where you can get them, right? But I mean, this whole division, whole bonfire division, potentially the Carolina Panthers winning this division. It tells its own story.
It's actually blasphemous that they could go through not only on at the minute 8 wins, 7 losses, which is not good at this stage in the season, if we're completely honest, when you look around the rest of the divisions, when all the leaders are at least on 10 and 5 and things like that by now. But there really isn't a division as poor as us. You look at the NFC East and you've got Dallas, Washington, and the Giants only on 6 wins, 4 wins, and 2 wins. Then maybe the AFC North with the Ravens on 7, Bengals on 5, and the Cleveland Browns on 3. But at least both of those divisions have an outright leader. We are just a cluster.
Awful. Well, I'm glad that I turned up drunk and Danny was the first one to say swear words. That's all I
get in there. So, it's that stage of the season.
Yeah,
I'll have to put explicit content on when I upload it to Spotify now. Can't wait. Anyway, let's move on from that. There is some good things we can talk about. And some question marks. Let's start with Kyle Pitts. second game on the bounce. He's in the NFL Team of the Week again. He's leads tight ends for everything somehow, but not somehow because he's.
But he's not playing as a tight end.
Exactly that. But the question I now pose to you is, where are you sitting in terms of let him go, franchise tag, contract renewal? Liam, you can take the. Oh, go on, if you're ready, Mark.
No. This
is a back and forth. This
baton to Liam first before I can tell him that he's wrong.
I don't know what the current franchise tag amount would be.
It's about 16.
I mean, he's obviously showing enough to warrant like looking at it right now. He's obviously playing out of it, not as a traditional tight end. He almost sort of like replaced London, didn't he, in a certain role? And London was back, but obviously wasn't really fully fit, I don't think. Not in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
I would say that he's. It all comes down to the numbers, doesn't it? Really, like what we're actually like paying, and what the franchise tag and all that sort of stuff is. That it all comes down to realistically what the value is for what he's shown in recent weeks versus what he's obviously shown in the previous weeks, which was very little. Whether if he's now realised that he's kind of playing for his contract and career and he's only just woken up, great that he can do it, but not good that he's only just decided to do it.
Yeah,
we've seen some half-assed efforts over however many weeks that were way below par. So, it will come down to what sort of deal is out there and available, really. And obviously, what other if we don't go with Cowpace, like what other options are out there right now for us to take? Like, realistically, is there anybody that we can get for good value? If there is, then maybe we look somewhere else. But otherwise, I think we just stick with what we've got.
Well, just to support that and kind of give Mark a little bit of context in case, just for the contract option, George Kittle's currently on 19 mil a year. McBride's on 19 mil a year. Kelsey's on 17. I'll jump down the list a little bit. Mark Andrews is on 13. Jonnu Smith is on 12. Engram's on 11.5. Taysom Hill is on 10. How much are you willing to pay him if you pay him?
I mean, you'd probably pay him like Mark Andrews sort of money. I would say.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can pay him like near that top end, because those guys that are at that top end of the pay scale, they've been consistent for years.
Yeah.
Not just a few games when they fancy it.
And when they're playing as a wide receiver and not a tight end. Yeah,
exactly. So I just don't think you can, that kind of money can even be spoke about. So if we're above that 13 of like Mark Andrews and stuff like that, I'd be saying I don't think there's enough value shown over however many seasons it's been now to warrant that kind of money.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll take that. Go on, Mark. Tell him he's wrong. All right. Who knows?
For once, I'm not going to push back too hard. I think there's a lot of variables in this conversation, and the main variable comes with, and this is a bit of a domino effect. Do we move on from Raheem Morris this year?
Yeah.
Now, it is a huge for me domino effect. He's not a tight end, right? And I'm not gonna. This conversation needs to stop.
Yeah,
he's not a tight end because he doesn't do what tight ends need to do.
block.
Charlie Warner does what tight ends need to do.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews are elite tight ends. As much as I like to wind Liam up about his love affair with Travis Kelce, because I actually don't believe he's as good as what he says he is. But he's got a great quarterback, so we'll move on from that. But not so much anymore because he's only got one leg. Sorry, Chiefs. Out of the playoffs. Lol. No dynasty. Leave me alone. So what we need to discuss is Kyle Pitts is a very, very, very good receiver. He cannot do the rest of what a tight end needs to do. Really, we probably should have taken the romance out of our brain when we drafted him.
Yeah.
And just said, look, he was a tight end in college, but we're going to use him as a receiver because that's what he's very, 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 very good at.
Yeah.
So then the conversation goes, do you tag him under whatever number that is as a number 4 pick? I think you said 16 million. I think I'd seen up to 19 million. Let's, for the sake of argument, just say, look, it's 20 million.
Yeah.
Right? For the sake of argument. Do you want to spend $20 million on the experiment? Now, with Raheem, you're not going to have the experiment. You're going to have what we've seen this year, which is, well, when, Penix ain't going to pass to him very much. Kirk is, okay, side conversation, has Kirk passed to him because he hasn't had that many other options?
Yeah.
Maybe, right? But are you actually going to try an experiment where you just go, look, put him as a receiver, him and Drake, and then go and, whether it's Mooney or go and draft a little speed demon. So you've got two big guys and then a little speed demon at the third position, and actually try and run this as a really sort of trident, sort of 3-pronged offense.
Yeah.
Now that is dependent on the coaching decision. Do I think we tag him regardless? Yes, because I don't think this franchise is willing to hold their hands up and say we made a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to say that it was a mistake either, because I think that we're still seeing enough from him to say there is talent there.
Yeah.
There is talent there if you're actually just going to say he's a receiver now.
Yeah.
You don't have to change his number. You don't have to change anything. Just put him in a different position in the field.
As long as you're still paying him as a tight end.
You can't do that. Like Christine Kirk gets paid more than the highest paid tight end in the league, and that so it shows how much of a difference.
But he's been playing as a receiver for the past couple of games.
Yeah, no, but we don't. I keep telling him it's a tight end, so you can't ask for wide receiver money.
Yeah, but on the tag that doesn't matter.
Yeah, if he goes to, he's now officially a receiver. Obviously, tag won't matter, but anything after that, he would ask for it. He would say I'm a wide receiver. You have to pay me as a wide receiver.
Okay. Then if somebody is going to come in and go, we'll pay you wide receiver money, then trade him. Well, it's not a difficult conversation. This is my point. Have an experiment here with him. Do the 20 million. Play him as a receiver, and then if by the end of next season you've got a 15 touchdown guy, okay, then you've got a choice of paying him or moving him on or whatever. But from what I've seen in the past couple of games has kind of proven that we're playing him in the wrong position. So we've got a decision to make.
Yeah.
I'm not out on him. Is it a trade piece? 100%. I want him to keep scoring touchdowns until the end of the season, because then you've got an option to potentially offset, the money that we're going to lose by cutting Kirk, if that is what we decide to do.
If that.
So for me, I kind of go, mate, keep feeding him, keep letting him score touchdowns, because that puts us in a better position. We've either got a trade piece or a franchise tag piece. I wouldn't commit to him right now, but I still believe that he's a talent. I just think that the experiment that our past two head coaches have been doing over the past 3 years has been more or less a waste of time, because we knew that he was always going to be better as a receiver. And he has proved that he is not an NFL tight end, because he does not have the upper body strength nor the lower body strength to tackle anybody.
Anyone. Yeah.
And listen, that's no disrespect to him. There's a lot of tight ends that come out of college that are just not physically able to make that jump.
I think the only counter to all of this is that he's 25 years old. He's only a month older than Kels was when he started his career in the NFL. That's right. But
Kelsey's had Patrick Mahomes more or less his whole. Again, it's not a fair comparison. You're talking about a guy that had to put up with Desmond Ridder, like Marcus Mariota. Come on now, it's not the same. It's not the same. I appreciate what you're saying, but it's not the same.
We can only tag him and trade. We can't trade him or tag him. We have to tag him and trade him. Well, it's impossible to because obviously he's a free agent. So if we don't tag him, he goes. If we tag him, we'd have to trade him instantly. Otherwise, he's a free agent again anyway, and nobody will trade him.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, okay, sorry. My view is tag him
and trade him straight away or keep him.
Personally, I'm still on the verge of keeping him, but I think that in the position that we are in, especially because of the pick and all of that sort of stuff, it's a nice jewel in the crown to be able to do some business. And I think, Liam, if I was to say to you, look, tag him, but we get a really good cornerback too, and offensive lineman or another linebacker, that to me feels like a worthy sacrifice if they're good.
Fair enough. Just in terms of the tight ends that go onto the market following this season, you've got Mr. Kelsey, you've got Njoku, you've got Taysom Hill, Goddard, Higbee, Zach Ertz, one of our formers, Austin Hooper. Honestly, after that, you really, they weren't great picks, but you're struggling, and everybody's over the age of 30 apart from Pitts. So you're looking for a trade for someone, really, or into the draft.
A job like would do.
Job, serviceable.
They're not long term.
Yeah.
Njoku or Higbee would do the job of a tight end that we need it to do.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine neither of them would be over the, I don't know, Liam, if you agree, but neither Njoku or Higbee would really be over that 10, 11 million mark, really.
I think Njoku maybe, but I don't think Higbee will, because Higbee's like tight end 2. He's probably had quality of a tight end 1 for years, but he always ended up behind somebody. So I imagine he would take a favourable deal, I would imagine.
On their current contracts, Njoku's only on 30, not only, but on 13.5, and Higbee's on 8.5.
Yeah.
So they know they're not getting them again at the ages that they're at, so they're dropping below that.
They can both block and they can both catch.
Yeah.
It's not. This doesn't have to be an in-depth process. You can go and get a guy who can do both.
Yeah, there's guys like that are going to be, but could be quite easily traded for. I would have thought that they're going to be out there this after, well, probably any point really, but definitely out there this season. Like what's he called for the Bengals? He played for the Bengals now. I can't remember his name. That Noah Fant who went over and that type of player.
He used to be on the Broncos.
That type of player, and is going to be probably available if you're willing to put a bit of money there, like Tyler Conklin, like that type of who basically like tight end twos, but could do a job as tight end ones. That and most teams trade those if you offer them a half decent pick for it. Like they won't keep. They'll be cheap as anything. They'll be on like the 5-6 mil sort of range. So I don't think it'd be difficult to find a solid tight end, but obviously that would mean that we're basically saying, I don't know what Pitts would say if we tagged him as I don't know how much you can say really, but if we tagged him as a tight end and then signed a tight end and said basically wind up as a receiver, obviously then it would mean that the year after he would want receiver money regardless, because we've literally played him as one all season. So we'd have to, but if he performed really well, maybe you pay him as one.
Okay. All right. So we'll go with tag with potential to trade for now. Let's do similar, but for quarterbacks. So let's assume Penix isn't fresh to start the season immediately, which he probably won't be. Mr. Cousins
you came on this podcast and chose violence. And I love it.
It's just a couple of topics I wanted to pick up on. So Mr. Cousins, it's 22 mil, I think we'd save if we cut him. I think that's right. So these are the quarterbacks going into free agency at the end of the season as it stands.
Oh, dear.
Get ready for this. Obviously, even though technically some are, they'll end up staying. But you got Daniel Jones, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Russell Wilson. Someone that I've never heard of before might be a good shout. Marcus Mariota. Mark's eyes were baffled then. You got Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Trubisky, Trey Lance, Malik Willis, maybe. What we saying, boys? What's the game at quarterback?
Liam, you going first or Matt?
So what if we're saying about Penix is like what? Like not like missing half a season sort of thing or something?
Yeah, just not. I don't know how long, but he's not going to be ready to start week 1 by the sounds of it. So we're going to have to go into the season assuming that he is not QB1 until he's fit again. So say 3 games, 4 games, 5 games.
I mean, I'm not sure if anyone. Yeah, you could sign like a Joe Flacco or whatever, and they do a job as we've seen them do. But you'd have if Penix was going to miss, so let's say he was missing like 5-6 games or whatever, you'd have to sign somebody who can. If you're a playoff contending team, wanting to be a playoff contending team, you have to sign somebody who's going to be able to get you a good number of wins in those games. Otherwise, you're already on the back foot when Penix comes back, and the season you could be talking about it being over if we sign like a Mitch Trubisky or whatever, and he had an absolute nightmare. So you'd have to sign somebody who's got experience. I think you would have to go down that route. Otherwise, you're taking your massive risk on somebody that basically. I mean, there's probably like other backups out there that maybe you could pick up. That maybe you're not getting any games, but it can't be Cousins. I wouldn't want it to be Cousins. I know it could be Cousins, but I wouldn't want it to be Cousins at this point. I know he's had decent games, but I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, you could. I don't know. I know what Mark will say when I say this, but you could go out and look to get.
You better be careful. You better be careful.
Like he is coming. He came in and was very serviceable for the 49ers. How much of that was on coaching and being able to see him to his game? Probably quite a lot, but he did a very solid job. So there's always going to be that type of quarterback out there. Trey Lance is an interesting one because I've always said about him, Like, he never actually got a chance anywhere really to play. So, like, I feel like he's another player who, Malik Willis has had some good games on and off.
Willis is the social media favorite at the moment in time because he's pennies.
Oh, you better fasten your seatbelt for when Liam starts talking. I swear to God, don't you?
Oh God!
I'd just go out and get Jalen Milroe.
Oh!
And let him run the ball every single time. We would be in for an absolute treat. Whether we'd winning the games, I don't know, but it'd be exciting.
I feel like Mark's brewing. Go on. Let go.
Right. I am, again, right. I think we need to drag the levels back on this conversation.
Okay.
If Raheem stays,
yeah,
Kirk is 100% staying.
Yeah.
So let's just level that out as a scenario, right? Because are you going to bring in Malik Willis, whose throwing ability in an offense that relies on pistol, shotgun, under center if it's not Penix? Like, are you gonna go, hey, my guy Malik Willis, the most amount of attempts that Malik Willis has had as an NFL QB for the Green Bay Packers. And the problem is, right, it's when like the Green Bay Packers were like kind of doing all right, right? So let's break this down. So he has played 3 games for the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. And Kevin Knight, friend of the pod, said this to me earlier on in the week. So I thought I'd look up the numbers. And this man, I love you, Kev, if you're watching, but you're clinically insane. So he has played this year 3 games. Obviously not full games. Big point.
Yeah.
He has played 3 games for the Green Bay Packers. Once against the Giants, he had 2 attempts for 6 yards, 100% completion. I'll let you do the horrendous evaluation on that. He played against the Minnesota Giants, where he had 1 attempt for 7 yards. And then he played against the Bears this weekend, and he had 11 attempts for 121 yards. Very, very, everyone would be like, oh, well, Mark, that's not too bad. Yeah. 1 touchdown in 11 attempts, 121 yards. So he's had 1 game against the Bears, who we know defense isn't great, and they still lost the game in overtime. So please allow me with this conversation. Malik Willis is not an answer. He is not, right?
He did play last season, though, didn't he? He played like 8 games last season.
Yeah, but we're not talking about last season. We're talking about this season.
It was just in general.
Like, if you want me to go into last season, I will. But it's actually, Joyce, let me do that. You just bear with me for 1 second, and I will do that. So let's have a look at 2024 season. Good. Right. Strap yourselves in, gentlemen. So he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games. Overall completion percentage 74%. Not too bad.
That's good.
No INTs. Green Bay managed to reach the playoffs that season, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I would like you to pop me a guess. We're gonna play a little game, gentlemen. Let's play a little game with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Tell me your guess as to how many throwing touchdowns Malik Willis made.
Oh, it's going to be real bad, isn't it?
No, Danny, you are to guess. You are not to surmise at this point in time. 4. Liam, what's your guess?
I was going to say 4 as well.
Okay, are you going to go higher or lower?
In how many games was it? 7?
7 games.
Probably 3 then. Because he probably, I don't know if he ran any, but 3.
In the beautiful words of Christoph Waltz and Inglorious Bastards, that's a bingo. 3 touchdowns in 7 games and 1 in 3 this year. That is not a discussion. Malik Willis is not the answer. I'm going to throw a little grenade into this conversation before we go on with just pure Malik Willis slander, all right? Because, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I just wanted to humiliate this discussion. What I would like to say and what I would like to throw out there is that if we are in a world where maybe Raheem's not there.
Okay.
There is one conversation that I would like to explore. And that is the pint-sized pixie himself. Can you guess?
A pint-sized pixie.
It's going to be the team that
Kyler
we may have just played.
Kyler Murray.
And Nick, are you not concerned about
contracts up unless the Cardinals are going to sign him?
They've given up on him.
Right.
That's because he's a broken man.
Listen, you tell me. We were talking about Trey Lance 10 minutes ago.
Do
not tell me that Kyler Murray does not, that Malik Willis has the talent that Kyler Murray has.
No.
And our O-line is better than the Cardinals' O-line, even busted up. Less hits, maybe.
He's not on the field. He's never on the field, so he can't be better than somebody else.
But he's not on the field because he's always having to run around because that Cardinals O-line is ass cheeks. Like, let's be serious here. If our O-line can protect Kirk Cousins, it can give Kyler another 2 seconds with the ball.
Like, yeah, but you know what he'll do in that 2 seconds? He'll carry on dancing around until he gets hit.
Listen, I'm just saying, and I want to be really clear here. I am not writing off Penix. I do think, however, as I've said for a long time, that he needs to thrive in a different system. Mm-hmm. I think you go to Kyler and you say, right, okay, you're the starter for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Which was always... All right, okay, maybe he's a year to the left, but that was always supposed to be the plan with Penix that he sat behind another quarterback. So, gents, I just think that to me feels like the spiciest option. And if we're gonna get a new head coach, if Penix ain't going to be there for the first 6-7 games, then we need to be spicy. Otherwise, we are Malik Willis, we're Jacoby Brissett, we are some other absolute pancake that you want to try and roll it. Geno Smith, because that's the caliber of people that we're going to get. That's the people that is the caliber of people that are available to us. Kyler is there because, as you have just said, the Cardinals have given up on him. So let's go and show him a bit of love, couple of years, and it gives Penix a chance to still be the guy. I'm not giving up on Penix, but if Kyler thrives, then you get to the end of Penix's deal and say, sorry, but this guy's doing his thing. I'm just putting it out there as what's the best chance for us to succeed? And for me, there's a really, really uber talented quarterback there whose team will hang him out to dry. So go make a play.
That says it all, really, doesn't it? That if the worst team in the NFL are giving up on you, there's something wrong.
The worst?
They're down there. They're right down there.
Because he hasn't been playing.
Because he can't. Because he's injured every single season. He's never had a full season, I don't think. Maybe one, I don't know. But obviously his style.
I mean, listen, I could sit here and go, can you bear with me for the next 5 minutes whilst I find the Cardinals O-line stats over the past 4 years?
Yeah, but it's not.
I ain't going to do that.
It's the fact he runs the ball when he gets swatted because he's a little guy. Obviously, he can run the ball really well. Like, he's not injured on every play, but eventually he gets ground down, doesn't he? That's his issue.
Right. Liam, please don't talk facetiously with me, right? Lamar Jackson has made a career out of being able to run the ball in the right areas with the talent that he has, and that has relied massively on the O-line that's in front of him. There is no surprise that he has struggled this year because his O-line have regressed. Like, the Cardinals have never built around Kyler. Never.
No, he's not a smart. Lamar Jackson's a smart runner. Kyler Murray's running around scrambling until he gets hit sort of guy. He's just not as clever with the runs. He's got all the physical tools, but when you see him dancing around and like waiting to get hit, that's not the old line because he's out himself out there already to get hit.
Daddy, put a poll out on Twitter this evening and say, Team Liam, go get Malik Willis. Team Mark, go get. Okay, well, who would you get then?
Well, it depends who's available, but I get somebody experienced who can do a job. If we're talking about 4 or 5 games, like a Joe Flacco sort of player.
Right. Danny, go and put a poll on Twitter that says Team Liam, Joe Flacco, Team Mark, Kyler Murray, and see what the response is.
I will allow Liam until the end of the show to amend his Flacco to someone more specific. Of experience.
No, he said Joe Flacco. No, do them all. Do them all. Do Joe Flacco / Malik Willis / You want to add Philip Rivers? Do you want to add another one in there?
No,
Matt Ryan?
All of them will be 10, 15 million cheaper than Kyler Murray, so that's a big factor.
Right, okay, but like,
you have to pay Kyler Murray
listen, Liam, grow up. 15 million's nothing. Like, come on.
It's yours.
I feel like it should be.
You shouldn't have let me come on this pod on with white clothes, boys. It's Christmas. Come on.
Right, let's stay on the topic of running. I've got one more Falcons thing before your segment, and then I'll whip around the league. Let's raise the mood a little bit. Mr. Robinson is 151 yards away from breaking the franchise record.
Who's that?
At the moment in time, he's only behind William Andrews, Jamal Anderson, and another season from William Andrews. Unbelievable. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's only 68 scrimmage yards away from breaking the record for any running back at the age of 24. He's only behind Sanders and McCaffrey at the moment in time. 2 games to go. Rams and Saints. Can he break those records?
1,000%. 1,000%. And the only way that he doesn't is if Zach Robinson continues his sabotage operation that he's on. Because that's all I can assume that it is at this point. 100%. And I'm telling you now, if it wasn't for Bijan, we are like we talk about like dead last in the NFL. If it wasn't for Bijan this season, we would be dead last.
Absolutely. Like I said, 151 yards he needs to break the all-time record. He's had 6 games with 150 plus scrimmage yards in 2025. There's only a handful of players even close to him. Puka has had 4. Gibbs has had 3. Taylor has had 3. So on that basis, assuming that at least one of his 2 next games is going to be anywhere near that amount, hopefully against the Saints, he should smack it. Go on.
No, you just aroused me. So
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Oh, good Lord. One thing I would say is, Danny, I might need to troll back through the previous draft shows to when I maintained that we needed to draft Bijan, and Liam was like, "Nah, there's this guy though."
No, I didn't say it was this guy. I said there was better position, but I wouldn't pick a running back if I could pick somebody else. But I was happy with Bijan at the time.
That's a weird way of saying the words "I was wrong," Mark. But it's okay. Don't worry, we'll get there eventually.
Liam is baiting you out.
There was nobody else there. I mean, I love Bijan as a player. Like, he was a great pick, and you just don't pick a running back at 8.
You do when you get Bijan. You do
now.
And listen, I'm gonna take that sentence that you just said as translated. Mark, you were absolutely right, and you know football better than anybody, and you deserve your flowers. That's what I heard, and it's okay. It's okay. You won't be the first person to say it, and you're definitely not going to be the last. So,
I think I will.
Oh dear.
So to answer your question, Danny, yes, it's happening.
Stunning. Yeah. Liam, are you of the same thinking? 2 games, 151 yards.
Was it just rushing yards? Was it scrimmage yards?
He needs 68 scrimmage yards to break the running back yard.
He'll get that against the Rams.
1,000%.
Yeah, scrimmage yards, definitely.
Yeah. Stunning. One more Falcons thing I forgot. Jake Matthews. The lights in your eyes lit up. You saw stars. You saw headlines. You saw glory. And I'm afraid we're going to have to run that play back in the next 2 games because there's no way I can go a season without seeing us reattempt that. Am I being overly critical? What was the ball a little bit lofty? What did you both think?
Liam, do you want to go first, or can I? Yeah, God bless you. No, it wasn't his fault whatsoever. That's not what he's trained to do. He's trained to wrestle huge behemoth men. His job is to not catch balls. Now, do I think the ball was lofty? No, I think it was a bit of a dime, as a matter of fact. But that's not his job. I'm not judging him for not catching it.
Yeah.
Had it been like out wide and he, maybe there wasn't people around him, would it have been easier for him? Of course it would. But I think in that moment he probably did panic. And he panicked because people in that position are not usually under that sort of pressure.
Yeah.
You know how much I love my big boys in the trenches, and I will not hear any slander for not catching a ball. That's for the skinny boys to worry about, not the big boys. So take your point, roll it up tight, and push it straight up your hoop. Absolutely not for me. Liam, what's your thoughts?
Dare you counter Mark tonight?
I don't imagine he gets much catching practice, to be honest. So
no, probably not.
It was a catchable ball, but it's not. He had to obviously jump, and he's a heavy dude.
Yeah,
he's not it was a catchable ball, but he's not a catchable man.
He's not. He was heavy. You could see the little jump he did. He knew he was heavy. It was certainly not springs coming out of his old legs.
Danny,
I think he'll be disappointed in himself, but at the same time,
yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Danny, let me ask you a question.
Hit me.
I'm going to ask you a question to answer your question.
Oh,
If Jake Matthews was jumping to catch a ball and you were underneath him, would you like that? Would you like that man to land on you?
I would not. I can only imagine I would be wheelchair bound for the rest of my life.
Precisely. And I would still be there to feed you through a straw. Don't you worry about it.
I could have one of those little machines for the show. Instead.
Big boys aren't there to catch. Big boys are there to.
It would have just been such a fairy tale thing. What's he on? Is he like 163 consecutive starts or something like?
Yeah,
ridiculous like that.
Yeah,
stunning. Segment time. If you both have them, don't worry if not. Have we got a rookie and have we got a fraud?
Oh, I've got one.
I have got a rookie.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I'm
going to let Mark frazzle on that for a few minutes, and let's hit it with Rookie Watch first, and Mark can build up his fraud.
Do it.
A few if you want. Run the tape. Rookie Watch. The floor is yours, Liam.
I thought that was the actual intro there. It was perfect.
We need to do that. We need to get the Game of Thrones theme.
I don't think we're allowed, do we? We could have a remix.
If Mark
I'll just keep singing it. It's fine. Yeah. I'll keep singing
it. Rookies. I mean, our rookies did all right. Again, another middle of the pack jobber for most of them, to be honest. I think that some of the grades are a bit like you kind of come a bit weird because like James Fitzgerald was right down at the bottom this week, but maybe he just didn't because he didn't get a sack this week. I don't think he relies upon those like weird stats for pass rushers to get any sort of like decent grade.
Liam,
Walker saying,
are you talking about James Pierce future defensive rookie of the year? Is that who we're talking about?
That is him. That's
good. Sorry, I just had to click.
He was down there this week, but I think he didn't have a sack. You don't think his rest of his numbers did anything, which was it's fine. It doesn't really matter. We've done enough sacks this year to warrant his selection.
Yeah.
Jamie Watts had a good game. Overall, I think he's been pretty solid all year, hasn't he, as we've said. And Jalen Walker, I think, is looking like a good pick. I think we're at the point in the season now where we can sort of. Well, I always say that second season is kind of where you judge the rookies, really, anyway. But as a first season judgment, I feel like we can say that at least them three, are successful picks. I would say. I think you could argue that some of the others are as well, but I would say that you could definitely say that those three are looking like good picks right now.
I think an interesting point around what you just said, Liam, is so we finished this game on 2 sacks, so 1 full sack and 2 half sacks, the 2 half sacks came from JPJ.
They've changed it now.
Have they?
Yeah. They've given it's a full sack to Dorwell, so a full sack to Katie.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I was about to say, but the other half sack was my guy, number 54.
It was your
Brandon
guy.
He's got the full sack.
Yeah. But to Liam's point, and Liam is spot on around that. You kind of start seeing those riches come in that second season, and we were all a little bit terrified around Dawless being a scratch all year, what a revelation he has been this year to that front four.
Yeah, when healthy, like we saw him when you see him in college, like you knew he was a good player, and then you just had that first season where it's like, oh, is this a bad sign for his health? Like, there's obviously a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of players that have talent, and then their health is just a bad thing. But he bounced back from that.
100%.
Grew into the season as it went along. Like I think he had a slowish start, but as kind of expected, and then he just got better and better and better. Now he's a consistent performer, and we've got that approach where we've just got so many options on that defensive line that somebody's springing up every single week and every single play, like to cause problems because you kind of don't know where we're coming from, and that's what our defensive line was. That's what we said at the start of the season. It was built around quantity of good players. And that's kind of what we've done, and it's been great to see us obviously having an effective pass rush and quarterback pressures on a consistent basis from different people. That's been the main thing. Like we talked about so many different pass rushers each week that it's just been great to see. Really, loved it.
If you asked us this time last season, will we be second overall in that count? I think we would have snapped your hands off and laughed at you.
Yeah. Just because it's us, like no matter who we signed, I would have been like, no. But
also, sorry, little side note, we're getting awfully close to that double figure discussion that we had right at the start of the season, saying who do we think is going to make it. It's very doable. It's very, very doable.
Talk to us, Danny. What does that mean?
Well, it means absolutely nothing. But at the start of the season, we were all sticking names on, weren't we? For when was the last time Falcons had double figure sack count? Was it 2013 or something stupid? We said
and who's the closest?
And I'm definitely not right. I don't think. I think I went for experience. I think Cal went for rookie. I need to have a look. I'll have to look back at the show.
No. I mean.
Who is closest? Ron Dawless 8.5 at the moment.
Ooh.
They don't even pick him. I don't think we did we?
No, nobody picked him. Not a soul. Let me.
But I maintained faith where nobody else did. So let's not forget about that. You
did.
Yeah. I appreciate you acknowledging that, Danny. Thank you.
Yeah, you're allowed that one. Cancel my last. As per ESPN, and this is the current standings, it's James Pierce Jr. 8.5, Dawless 7.5, Walker 5.5, and then Zach Harrison 4.5, and then it.
So who had James Pierce Jr. Danny?
Not me. I had Floyd.
That's what I had.
Someone did. One of us did. But no one's claiming it. So I will look back tonight because somebody's 1.5 sacks away from. I don't know what you win, just pride.
I think Mark might have picked Dawes, actually. I can't remember.
It would be like him to back his boy, wouldn't it?
I feel like he could have picked Dawes.
I'm that kind of person.
You are. You are that kind of person.
I am. I'm a right or die kind of
guy. Anyway, sorry, we digressed. Your rookie of the week?
My rookie of the week, and somebody who has missed a chunk of the season, but I think has shown a lot of ability. And he is the top-rated running back rookie in the league in terms of grades. Although he did miss about 5-6 games, so it kind of that does affect it. But he is Amarian Hampton from the Chargers, who looks a really good player. He's not had like too many like really big games, not like many touchdowns, but he has really carried that ball for them like at so many occasions this season. He's bounced back from this injury and looks straight back into his stride. I just think he was one of them players where like I can't remember, did they take him? Was the back end of the first or was it second round he fell to?
I thought it was second.
He could have been second, yeah. he went down a little bit, and there's been some good running backs. Like Judkins, obviously, now was injured. He's had a good season.
No. We're wrong. He went 22nd overall.
Okay. He went first. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He looks like this looks like a really good running back class overall.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is a strong class. If you take say Hampton, Scatterbo, all to play, you've got a lot of good talent coming out in this class. Judkins and Trayvon Henderson look good.
Yeah.
So he's somebody that I think the Chargers are going to be very happy because he could just do a bit. He could do a bit of everything. he's stocky enough to be a power running back. He can do everything.
I think you're right in terms of saying it's a good draft class. I just wonder how much longevity this draft class has. I am not sure that Hampton, Scatterbo, and Judkins are, going to be looking at multi-million-pound post-rookie deals, because I think these teams are going to run these kids into the floor.
Scatterbo's got one injury left in him already.
I will not hear a word of slander against that boy, and I will employ him just to come round my house and scream at me to get me up in the morning.
I love the guy. I love the guy. He's just absolutely bonkers.
My favorite non-Falcon. Like, the kid is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I see him back on a football field. It's a tragedy that he's been drafted by a team that play on a surface that was made for Squid Game.
It's very unforgiving for a player of that style, isn't it? Unforgiving.
I've seen him back. Just to see him just go angry at people for when just look for hits.
What a man.
Love it. Well, that is our rookie watch for this week. The roster is building up. Liam, I hope you found a way to recover your note where you.
I'm going to have to go back through them all.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's going to take some time. I'm sure we can find a way to shortcut that. I'll take a few shows off you. So we've got a couple left. So if we do need to build out the rosters a little bit more, we can double up in the final 2 weeks if need be. But Mark, run his soundtrack.
It's Rookie Watch.
And we are going straight into the madness of Fraud Watch because Mark was riled up earlier, which indicates that he's got one ready to go. Run the VT.
It's time for Fraud Watch. Now, I've been speaking about this on the pod for quite some time. And I think I might have got a little bit too quick to build some of the roster out. But I want to take this opportunity to draft somebody who I have talked about quite a fair amount. And I'd like to say that I think by now I have been not only proved right, but the draft pick is in. And I'd like to draft a QB2 into Fraud Watch.
Depth.
Mm-hmm. These days, ACLs are popping like you've never seen before. Like it's you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful because our old pal 9 is about as consistent as a chocolate tampon, and I just want to make sure that we've got a bit of depth in that leadership position for QB2. It won't come as a surprise to Danny or Liam, but I would like to officially draft into the Fraud Watch Crotch Pheasants. Shadua Sanders into the QB2 position.
Oh, we knew this was coming sooner or later.
Now, I couldn't. I couldn't draft him at the beginning because guess what, guys? He wasn't getting a game ahead of Tyler Gabriel and Joe Flacco. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm sure they probably would have put Deshaun Watson on the field rather than putting this absolute fraud onto a football field in the NFL. But guys, let's take a look at the numbers before anybody starts giving me any abuse. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that the Shadua Sanders has played for the Cleveland Browns. He is currently 1-4. Would anybody like to take a guess at the game that he won against which team?
I've actually completely forgotten, even though I should know this.
Think of the worst teams in the NFL, Danny.
Is that the Saints or the Jets? Was it Jets, I think?
No, not
Titans.
quite, not quite. No.
Cardinals.
Good Lord, guys, it was the Raiders. Like, this
Oh, of
kind of
course.
shows how bad this season is because you're literally scraping around the bin of the NFL and you still didn't come out with a Las Vegas Raiders. Like, okay, but cool. So let's take a little look down this. Even in the game he won, his completion percentage was 55%. He has had let's take a look at this. So he's got 2, 5, 6 touchdowns, not too bad. And then he's got 1, 3, 6, 7 interceptions in those games. Guys, the experiment is over. He is not a starting NFL quarterback. Unfortunately, he was born from the seed of once a very good cornerback in the NFL. That does not make him a quarterback. I can only imagine that the Colorado Buffaloes are like, what on earth did we do by retiring this guy's number? Because he is one of, if not the biggest frauds in the NFL thus far. Shadua Sanders, Dion, we love you. We will always love you for what you did for our franchise. And I'm so sorry that your son is such an utter, eternal disappointment. But I will leave you on this stat. His best game came against the Tennessee Titans. He threw for 364 yards, despite only having a 54% percentage completion. And in that game, they still lost to the Tennessee Titans 31-29.
That is rough. That is
now
rough.
When you consider the fact that you're playing on a team with Myles Garrett,
That's it.
Well, actually, I mean that's about it. Yeah. But I mean, but let me ask you this question: if you're Tennessee and you're Cam Ward, you haven't even got that.
Yeah.
Like so. Let's be real here. Yeah, it's embarrassing. I can only imagine that. Well, I'm sure Dion will probably still think that the sun shines out of his urethra, but it's as you do with your kids, and I get it. But sorry, he's not an NFL quarterback. He's a fraud. He's officially in Fraud Watch FC. I mean, it's not even a discussion at this point. You know, he is Desmond Ridder with a famous dad.
Oh, poor Ridder.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, means that Shador Sanders is the QB2 Fraud Watch.
Roll the VT.
And that was Fraud Watch.
Well, Liam, any thoughts on that?
I mean, he's playing like he belongs on Fraud Watch, so
yeah.
Fact.
True. Although I'm sure his dad wishes he had him back because what's happened to Colorado this season. I think he might miss him a little bit. His dad will be on the way out next.
He might coach him.
They're going to be unretiring that number 12 very soon.
They will when his dad gets fired after this season.
They're going to be giving that number 12 to some corn-chewing farm boy from
the savior of Colorado.
From Nebraska. Like, don't you worry. Like, that number's going to be reassigned very soon because they're going to be like, wow, we made a grave error, yeah.
But at least he released that hip hop track last year or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He's got that to fall back on.
Yeah. I wonder what the completion percentage was of that hip hop track.
Right.
Well,
there we go. That was a lot. Sorry, I was actually just gonna. I'm just getting the song up that he has. It's got 9.3 million listens at the moment in time, Mark, if you're curious. He's got 9.8 listeners.
9.2 million of those is from the Alexa that's in his dad's kitchen.
Oh, no. Oh, bless him. 203k monthly listeners, but he's only got one song, so he's getting rammed into people's non-selected rotations. It's not their playlist that he's coming out on.
Don't bless this man. Don't bless him with anything. God bless Tyler Gabriel.
Right, boys. We're close to wrapping it up. There's just a few little bits from around the league that I thought would be fun. Let's start with the man that is now. He's gone from QB1 to QB3 in the space of a week. The Dolphins stand to lose or take a $99 million hit should they let him go. It's the curious case of Tua. What do they do with him?
Send him back to Alabama because quarterbacks never prosper when they come from the swamps.
Oh, Liam.
I don't think that's true.
Waiting for the nibble.
He's been an interesting one because he's one of them where he's been really good and really bad. Like
he has had some...
it was like obviously kind of most of them were before he got however many concussions, but you could see why they had a lot of belief in him at some points, and then I wonder if it does make me wonder if it's a mental thing where he's actually injured mentally a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's got to be something there because the drop off. I just think he's playing a lot of fear now.
Yeah. 100%.
Probably just add the way he plays just looks like he just looks like he's on the scramble all the time.
Yeah. And listen, of course I said that for the nibble, and I sort of got it. It just, even if it was just a facial expression, I definitely got it. But I think Liam's absolutely spot on. Not that you'll catch me saying that very often, but I think he does play with so much more fear these days, and it's a real shame to see. But if we think back to not so many years ago, gentlemen, where Andrew Luck just went, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And we all thought, what a prick. Like we were like, how dare you Like, how dare you, like, be in this position of, greatness? And I genuinely think this season that somebody needs to say it to her, look, it's enough now. It's enough.
Yeah.
Because it's without Devin Arcane.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple
Anything.
commentators
Yeah.
pronounce differently. Without that man, that team is 0-15. Like, and I won't be convinced differently. That team is 0-15. And I don't necessarily think that's on tour, but he is just a game manager who is scared of the game right now.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be QB1, you can't be. You can't. And I always feel like a bit of a dickhead when I say this, but like, even playing the game at an amateur level, as I did, like, and I see, and playing on the O line, even sometimes at fault for it, my QB took hits, and I felt awful for doing it.
Yeah.
But like, but being responsible for it, or being part of the O line that was responsible for my quarterback getting hit, and I was lucky that I always played with people who would take hits and then just get up and carry on. And I respect the fact that he has done that, but he has to be the one now that says, look, do you know what it is, Miami, don't worry about the rest of the contract. Don't worry about the money. I'm just gonna call this quits.
I've got to go. Yeah.
Because I think
only ever had
Liam's spot on.
In 6 years in the NFL, he's only ever played one full season in terms of playing all 17 games, or 16 before it changed. He played 10, then 13, then 13, then 17, 11 last season, and then 14 this season. But he has still thrown for 20 touchdowns, but his interceptions are at 15, which is his career high at the moment in time as well. Higher than the season that he played all 17 games and was over double the yards that he's on now. I don't really think quarterback's a position where you can play scared, because
you can't.
It leads to delays in your releasing the ball, which is even more dangerous, and it's like an endless cycle then of just not being good at the role anymore, but also just putting yourself at more risk. Like, we're talking 5-6 concussions now. It's not sustainable. No, he's still got to live like 40, 50, 60 years after he retires.
And mate, like, it's no joke.
Mm-mm.
Like, you see a lot more players playing with Guardian caps these days.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 or 3 concussions in those helmets, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like it truly is. And I think the day, I know he's had a few since, but the day when he did the whole Mary Berry hands, since then, it's been done. The writing's been on the wall. And there is part of me that goes, well, then the NFL still isn't fixing it, because you haven't got people in that Dolphins organization that's going, mate, you like, this is not the news we want to give you, but you need to buy this off now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is getting to that point. I don't know how that works from the league's perspective with the money that the Dolphins have to take a hit on and stuff. Like, can you just void a contract? I've not really read on that, to be fair, but if that isn't the case,
you can, because Andrew looked at it.
Yeah,
and he didn't, and he didn't have any sort of medical exemption.
Yeah, he just didn't want to anymore. Should Tua want to carry on and the Dolphins take that $99 million hit, that's crazy. But each to their own.
I mean, I suppose there's a conversation that says you wouldn't take the hit. You would, go and get a cheap QB and potentially run him over to but even still, there's always a chance that QB gets injured, and then you end up with Tua after game 2, and then you put him at the same risk. And I don't negate the fact that he wants to play the game, but I also would like to negate the fact that his brain is probably fucking. And I don't feel bad about swearing because you've already done it, but like his brain is essentially mango right now.
Yeah, literally. I'm not laughing out of the situation. I'm laughing out of the description of it.
Of course,
for anyone that's watching that may be offended by me laughing at.
I can't wait for somebody to clip the fact me saying Tua's brain's like mango and you just laughing.
out of context, ATL Falcons.
I can't wait to see the headlines about British Falcons fans laugh at Tua's brain being mango.
Oh, do you know what? Whilst we're on the topic of other people's dismay and disarray, Mr. Metcalf, 40 mil hit potentially. If not a 40 mil hit, he's definitely lost $1 million for the next 2 games. He got a little bit rowdy and went and grabbed a fan from the crowd and tried to tug him down, not anything else. But because of NFL contractual rules, he could be set to forfeit the $40 million in guaranteed money that he had on the table. He still can earn that, but it is no longer guaranteed because of the incident. What did we think, guys? It was a bit of an interesting one. You don't see many people go off that fans like that all too often.
No. I mean, Metcalf's got a temper. I think that's been shown before, usually directed at players, which is a little bit more acceptable. I mean, obviously we don't know. I don't know what was said. Like that.
It's just speculation.
You just don't know. But like for him to react like that, I imagine it was something pretty bad. I don't think he would react like that if you just called him something like mocked him in some way. I think it must be something fairly bad. I don't know what it was. Like it's one of them where like he obviously as a professional sports player, you just can't do it. On one hand, I would probably say that, if whatever was said, if it was something, really bad, then, I don't blame him for going up there and punching him.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, as a sports player, you just know you can't do it.
Yeah.
Even though like it could be warranted like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
You just can't react like that.
40 mil is a big bag to lose, isn't it, for losing your rag?
It is. It's a lot. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they approach it. Whether usually that type of thing, you do some kind of investigation into what actually happened, all that sort of stuff, and what was said. But I don't know if they've actually even bothered to do that, or normally when you would see, it's just all been about he's going to obviously get a suspension, but yeah. I would imagine that the money is it's a lot for what happened. If it's one of them where he starts trying to justify what happened, I don't know whether they can they can change. They might keep the suspension where they can change the money rules. I don't know how it works. Whether it's literally just locked in that's not guaranteed money anymore.
Yeah, it's a rough one. I did think it was a little bit funny, to be honest. Not the scenario, just the actual tugging of the hair, because a little bit harder, and that fan was coming straight onto the field.
I thought he did not try to punch him, or did he not?
Yeah.
He went for a little swing as well.
and I have a slightly more controversial opinion to this.
I see you've got your hair down for this point as well. Just
maybe. Yeah, 100%. No, fuck that guy. If in my view, personally, if you're gonna say something off piste to a guy of his size,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going along with all this. And I appreciate, it's, sportsmen and they shouldn't be doing this and blah, 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 blah. I don't know what was said. If what was said is what has been alleged in some areas of social media, and when I say that, I mean that the allegation is that it was racial.
Yeah.
My view is that DK didn't do enough.
If you say it in the street, you know what's coming, don't you? So it shouldn't be any different around in the stadium.
100%. If that guy dropped, a hard R,
yeah,
or whatever, then I would not be adverse to him going full Eric Cantona on him. I just, I think that, yes, these guys are sportsmen. Yes, these guys are examples. And if fans pay that kind of money to be pitch side and abuse players, and let's face it, guys, DK Metcalf has been in Seattle in who are Seattle teams.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's received his fair whack of football abuse.
Yeah.
So for him to go for somebody like he did, I just don't believe for 1 minute that it was like, hey, you ruined that play, guy.
Yeah.
Nah.
Good. Yeah.
If it was like in my view, if it was racial, DK, I love you, bro. You didn't do enough. You should have pulled him down by his nostrils and stamped on his face. And I would have been buying DK Metcalf jerseys for the next 6 months.
Got Electrify in the comments saying starting a fight with an NFL player as an average person has got to be the top 5 stupid things a person can do. It's a fight you cannot win.
But it's not about that. It's not about that. There's a lot to be said about entitlement, and there's a lot to be said about all of that kind of stuff. If what is alleged has been said, and I'm going to anger people by saying this, but I'll say it anyway. I don't care. I'm many beers deep at this point. Colin Kaepernick ain't getting a job in the NFL just because he ain't just because he's a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
If it was racial, then this is
it's valid.
It's unfortunately symptomatic of the time that we're living in. So if that is what it is, I mean, I'm not gonna. And on the flip side, guys, right? If it was like, haha, you dropped that pass, and he did it, well, then he's a fanny.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe it's too far.
But I just can't believe that he hasn't heard that 5,000 times in his career. So
the fan said it was he said his name, his full like Christian, whatever his full name is, like
his legal name.
His legal name, like he called him that. Supposedly, that's what he said. He called him.
Would that rile me up that much?
And then he said, like, "What did you call me?" And he said, "I called you your real name." And then that's what he reacted to. That's what the fan says. But if you really, I mean, if you'd have to hate his full name a lot.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Unless my name is Adolf. Like, I'm just not sure that would bother me that much.
No.
But again, I'm surmising. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media.
Yeah, of course.
I'm in numerous minds about it. I just think, what would somebody need to say to me that would make me want to punch them.
I think
Full
I
name.
would say that you can't play bass guitar for shit. And I think
Oh, that would be factually correct. That's absolutely fine. If anything, I would congratulate you on a very good musical ear. So,
oh, lovely. Right. That was a bit of a deep one, but I like it. It's necessary sometimes.
I have one from around the NFL that I
Here we
just
go.
really want to call out.
Absolutely.
Man like Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
That first half.
Listen. That man was reading defenses like he still had 2 kids, never mind 22. Like that man is a professional.
Yeah.
And I watched it. I watched the clip, and it was like he literally looked up, called an audible, and then snapped the play, snapped it to the just pinged it to the outside. Guy was completely open. It was like, this man. It is a travesty that he does not have a ring indoors, because he could mix it up the best. And at the age of whatever he is, 41,
44.
44. Sorry, thanks for that. It's just it almost feels like kind of nostalgic. It's not like a Joe Flacco kind of thing. Like watching Philip Rivers after a couple of years out, still out there, still reading defenses. It's just beautiful, man. Like Philip Rivers at 44 is 5,000 times the quarterback that Shedeur Sanders is. It's crazy.
It's the love for the game must be insane to come back to the team in this position. I know it's a small detail. It's probably not that important, but he was eligible for the Hall of Fame this year. And because he's now active again, that resets for another 5 years. So I know that's not a big deal, but
not to him. He's going to have another 16
kids
kids in that time.
I know. Although there is a little backstory apparently that your NFL healthcare runs out after 5 years as well, and that covers all of your family. So there is a little rumor that because he's got 10 children and about 17 grandchildren now, he's just milking it.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. 100% milk that shit. That's 100%. My guy right there. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna casually prove that I could still be a mid-tier quarterback.
Yeah.
At 44 years old, ensure that man's family. I want a sitcom about that man. He is, and his family, every single one of them. I want spin-offs. I want merchandise. I want the lot, because I'd rather watch them than the Kardashians. That's for sure.
I actually agree, and also all the content that's coming off him playing is even better. I've seen these two guys lump 10 grand on each game that he's played so far on him to have over 0.5 rushing yards, and so far they are $20,000 down, because that man does not walk.
He
does not walk a single step. Not even one.
Yeah, no, but you could have put that bet on him at 25 and he probably still wouldn't have won any money.
I know, but 10, just 0.5 yards.
Just an old school, and just an old school game manager. And I'm here for it. I love it. I love that he's back in the NFL. There are so many quarterbacks that are just so boring, and and boys, and I realized it was probably on the back end of when you were supporting it, Danny, but like me and Liam were there for Philip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, like back when quarterbacks were quarterbacks, like, I've been watching a sport for 8 years, and I'm just like, I'm almost so disenfranchised with it. And when I see Philip Rivers back at 44, calling audibles and reading diva, just cover me in gravy and send me in the post, because I'm just so happy with it. It's beautiful. Like, it's just it made my week. It made my week.
The best part was because well, from back in the days. Well, back in the day, he's still, he obviously still is. Is that he was he's the biggest like arsehole trash talker in the world as well. Is Philip Rivers. Like, he runs his mouth in a funny way. He runs his mouth constantly.
But he trash talks, but he doesn't swear.
He said something like, what did he say? Billy Gunn, damn it, or something. He said to somebody.
Danny, if you haven't seen it, anybody at home, if you haven't seen it, YouTube it.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers trash talking is the best content you've ever seen in your life.
He's doing it again on the sidelines, just like literally straight back into it. Like, within about 2 seconds of playing, he's just like on the sidelines to everyone.
And it sounds so stupid.
Yeah,
but the fact that it, like, he is like, no, I ain't gonna swear, I ain't gonna curse, or whatever they call it over there. Like he just doesn't do it. But like, if I was like a D lineman over there, I'd be like raging, but kind of low key, like, like
yeah.
I'm kind of raging, but it's really hard when he's not like swearing at me, like,
when it's not actually offensive stuff.
yeah. What a man, absolute legend. So glad to see him back in the NFL. I wanted to give a tip of a hat to him, because
absolutely
he deserves it, and it's great to see, even in this landscape of QB2s across the league, because there's so many ACLs that have happened and all that sort of stuff. It's great. It's great to see him back.
Love that. Liam, you got any around the league ones before we?
No, I was going to actually mention Philip Rivers, so it's good that Mark did.
Oh, stunning. Nice, boys. Mark, you've also got a nice little comment, so I'm going to pop that up for you. Cover me in gravy and send me in the post. Andrew is loving that one.
Well, yeah, they just kind of roll off tip. I guess this season continues to be mad. Like,
it does.
One question that I will put out at the end of this podcast is, and maybe we call this conspiracy theory corner.
Okay.
Maybe we call it that. So we've seen quite a controversial game against the Steelers and the Lions.
Mm.
And I've seen a lot of tweets and posts and stuff. Do we think that the whole NFL script thing is shaping up for Aaron Rodgers to
hit the Super Bowl?
Because the Steelers have been awful. Like my best pal is a Steeler. And he's like, dude, this has been horrific, and somehow we're still just continuing to win games. Like, Arthur Smith's going to be a head coach again next season.
Yeah, he is.
And I think it's interesting, because I've never subscribed to the whole NFL script thing.
No, you can see something.
I also don't think Aaron Rodgers is very good and somehow he continues to win games. So
Uh,
let's talk about it.
If we're talking specifically the Rodgers script, I'm not buying into it. But if we're talking broader, I would, because there was even a situation for the Chiefs in that game where the Titans scored a touchdown and a player showed that he was eligible as he walked on, hand up, everything like that. Refs acknowledged, scored a touchdown, and then all of a sudden they said, no touchdown. Player wasn't eligible, even though there was evidence that they all looked at each other and confirmed that an eligible player had stepped on. So I don't want to say it's only the Chiefs, because it's not only the Chiefs, but
well, Chiefs are out. Chiefs are out of
some,
contention.
They are indeed.
I got a phone call earlier on asking if I wanted to be QB1 next week. So
I know Minshew's down as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's finished. Yeah, ACL. Yeah,
Busted. To answer your question, Mark, I don't believe there's an NFL conspiracy. I believe Aaron Rodgers has been on some, whatever he does, toad licking adventure, and he's got some kind of second wind in his career.
Listen, you heard it here first, right? But maybe what's happening with how mad the NFL has been this year is that Aaron Rodgers has put ayahuasca in all of the water in the world, and we're all now, and it's ayahuasca that makes ACLs
snap
weaken. That's why everyone's on QB2 and beyond. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
It's a valid point.
And if Aaron Rodgers turns up at my house tonight with a machete, then guys,
if I don't have a message from you by 8 a.m. tomorrow, I will.
This podcast is live, right? So if I'm not on next week, you know why. Aaron Rodgers is coming, chef me up.
Chef. Liam, do you think another team can beat Aaron Rodgers' Steelers to the Super Bowl?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I think there's actually about 7, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's kind of an open question for you. Who do you think's having it as it stands this week?
I've got such a hot take to this question.
Go on then, Mark. You have that, and then we'll call it show, because I'm sticking to the Green Bay Packers, even though they're only
Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks are taking the ring this year.
That would be a story, to be fair. That's Netflix cinema.
You heard it here first.
At Falcons 4 years ago when we started these shows.
And nobody listened to me, and look where we are now.
I laughed, to be fair.
Everybody did. No, listen, jokes aside, you know how much I love Sam Darnold and how much his redemption arc is bringing me a strange amount of joy. I think they could go all the way this year.
Okay, I like that. I just want it to be a different team. I just don't want it to be the Eagles, and it can't be the Chiefs. So to be honest, it's not really a bad outcome for me right now. I'm sticking to the Packers, but they're in a wild card spot at the minute. But if they stayed in the wild card spot, they would go and play the Bears, which is hilarious because they played the Bears last week. They play them again in another week's time. And
listen,
first week of the playoffs.
And everybody last year took the mick, but Caleb's balling. Who cares if he paints his nails, guys? Like, it's Ben Johnson. Imagine if we'd thrown the bag at Ben Johnson.
Let's not even start that one. It's in an alternative reality somewhere. We're 15-0 at the moment in time, and we're favourites for the Super Bowl. Anyway, boys,
it's been a long show.
How fucking long this show has been. I swore again for no reason. anyone that has stuck with us throughout the show, because there's been a handful of consistents. That's crazy. We really appreciate it. Thank you. We have 2 games left, so 2 more proper shows before we kind of probably jump on and do some playoff talk when we can and stuff like that. The Rams up next. Thank you all for watching. Mark, where can they hear about us?
I don't know if this is going to work, so I'm gonna
we never know.
I'm gonna try and be experimental this week. If you would like to watch this show back, you are able to do so on all social media platforms. But if you are like me and you prefer the audio version, then you can find us over on all of your favorite podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your
Gone.
podcast.
That was opera at the highest standard.
I tried. As soon as I heard Liam say the way, as soon as he's gone, I can't do it any other way. So
it was beautiful, mate.
In fact, he doesn't accept a certain pitch.
Yeah, he doesn't like.
Danny, maybe we need to pre-record it.
I just click play on it instead.
Yeah.
Instead of having outro music, we can have your sign off as the outro.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
One really quick question in the comments, and Mark, you can probably answer it because you're based down south. Best pint of Guinness in London?
There isn't one.
There we go. You heard it here first. There isn't one. I don't drink Guinness, and I'm from Manchester, so I wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo. Andrew, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you all for watching. Have a brilliant Christmas. We'll possibly catch you before New Year. I actually don't want to think about that yet. We've got a long way to go, and we're going to be very intoxicated, more so than Mark has been tonight. Thank you for watching. 2-0 Falcons if the season started 2 games ago. Catch you all next time.